Hey everyone, it's Amber Love from amberunmasked.com and the Vodka O'Clock podcast. I hope you've been enjoying the adventures of Gus, my cat, as we explore the outdoors and he hunts and investigates. So, Adventures with Gus are just coming out kind of on a weekly schedule, but not necessarily a strict schedule. And that's all about the Winchester Naboo Detective Agency. So, besides that, I did appear at the Burlington County Library Fandom Fest. It's sort of like a really small comic convention. And what they have is just like a really small selection of artists in one area. Then they have cosplay groups like Star Wars and Harry Potter and Star Trek. And they do have some panels, and there was like an intro to Dungeons and Dragons, and I got to speak this year, similar to last year, but it was a completely different format. They've always been asking me to talk about diversity in comics. So last year, what I did, since I was speaking by myself, I was in a classroom with a lot of people out in the audience, and we basically did like an RPG style, build a diverse character and build a villain, and then we came up with like some basic plot line stuff for what a story would be. So this year was different because I was speaking with someone else, Yumi Odom, who's kind of an expert on history of superheroes. So our focus was much more narrow. It was basically about diversity within the superhero genre of comics. So unfortunately, I didn't get to talk about a lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. We didn't, I got to mention things like age diversity, body types, religions, and all of those things really didn't get much time. So what I just kind of wanted to do is just let you know that if you ever have questions and you need recommendations on comics or fiction, I'm not like the most well read, but and especially when it comes to comics, I've really, really cut down. But if you hit me up on Twitter at Elizabeth Amber, I will at least be able to direct you to somebody who can answer your question. My favorites are Faith from Valiant Entertainment, and Bitch Planet, of course, which is from Image Comics. And for the most part, I love to read like really fun kid stuff. So Kid Sherlock and Hero Cats, they come from Action Lab. Um, so a lot of my reading, if it's not a textbook, I want it to just be sort of brain candy and be fun. But, I do try to at least read first issues of series so that I can have an idea of what to recommend to people. But anyway, so that's where I have been, and I am halfway through my yoga training, so I am about to begin another boot camp of that. And I will not really be around much. So a lot of the tweets and things that you see coming out are scheduled. Anyway, so I want to just thank everybody for continuing to support me and Gus at Patreon. It's patreon.com/amberunmasked. Follow us on Twitter and, of course, Instagram. I really am so late to the party with it because I didn't understand why. Why would you want to post when you absolutely always need a picture? What if you just want to say something? So, Instagram I've been using as basically like my therapy, my things that are relaxing. So it's a lot of pictures of cats. It's my handle is at Amber Unmasked over there at Instagram. It's a lot of cats. And basically the only things I follow are other cats, cat posts, and a few yoga people and a few witchcraft people. But don't be insulted if I don't follow you back if you're a cosplayer or a comic creator. I kind of keep that stuff to Facebook and Twitter. So that's where we are, and I hope you've managed to keep cool this summer. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for your support.